What if I told you there's a kind of matter that breaks time, not in some sci-fi movie, but in real physics labs right now? A new phase of matter that doesn't just sit still or move normally, but repeats itself in time, like a loop, forever, without using energy. Sounds impossible, right? But welcome to the strange, mind-bending world of time crystals, a discovery so weird, it forced scientists to rethink what they thought was physically possible. Before we dive deep into what time crystals really are and why they might completely change the future of physics, quantum computing, and maybe even time itself, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. We go beyond the headlines to explain the science that's shaping the future, and trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next. And by the end of this video, I've got a question for you. If time could loop endlessly without energy loss, what would you want to store or repeat forever? Let me know in the comments, I read every one of them. Now to understand time crystals, let's first rewind a bit. In physics, a crystal is usually something like a diamond or quartz, matter that has a repeating structure in space. Its atoms are arranged in patterns that repeat regularly, like a 3D grid. This is called spatial symmetry. But in 2012, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Frank Wilczek asked a mind-bending question: what if there was a type of matter that didn't just repeat in space, but in time? At first, other physicists thought the idea was impossible. Because according to the laws of thermodynamics, systems always tend toward disorder unless energy is constantly put in. But a few years later, researchers managed to create time crystals in controlled quantum systems, strange forms of matter that oscillate in a regular pattern, not in space, but in time, without absorbing energy. They move, without motion. They cycle, but never decay. They're stable, but they defy what we know about equilibrium. So what exactly does this look like? Imagine a group of atoms being pushed by a laser pulse at regular intervals. In normal materials, they'd respond in sync with the push. But time crystals do something different. They respond in a way that's not in sync, repeating in a slower rhythm, forming what scientists call a discrete time crystal. That means they only tick every second or third pulse, even though they're being hit every time. It's like clapping to a beat, but the system only reacts every other beat, on its own clock, not yours. This strange behavior is only possible in quantum systems, where particles can be in multiple states at once, and where the rules of time and energy behave very differently than in the everyday world. Researchers have created time crystals using trapped ions, superconducting qubits, and even diamond defects. Google's quantum computing team even built one inside their quantum computer in 2021, proving it wasn't just theory anymore. Now, why does this matter beyond sounding cool? Time crystals could become a key part of the next era of quantum computing, where stability and coherence over time are everything. Because they don't use energy and don't decay like normal states of matter, time crystals could help keep quantum bits, qubits, stable over long periods. That's a massive step toward real, usable quantum computers that can do calculations normal computers never could. But it doesn't stop there. Time crystals challenge the basic way we think about time itself. Most physics assumes time flows forward in one direction, like a river. But time crystals suggest there can be structure in time, regular, predictable patterns that loop and repeat, potentially forever. It opens the door to questions like, what if time isn't just one-directional? What if we could engineer systems that manipulate or bend time-like behaviors? Of course, time travel isn't suddenly possible, and this doesn't break causality or the laws of the universe. But it does mean there are still phases of matter out there we haven't even imagined yet. We used to think there were just solids, liquids, gases, and plasmas. Now we're learning there could be dozens or even hundreds of exotic phases, some that don't follow the old rules at all. So where do we go from here? Time crystals are still in their early stages, but they show us that the quantum world has much more to offer than we thought. They're not just a new kind of matter, they're a new way of thinking about motion, symmetry, and time itself. As research continues, we might see time crystals become key tools in quantum tech, sensors, or even help unlock new physics we can't yet understand. Now here's the big question. Do you think time crystals will change how we understand reality? Or are they just a weird quantum trick with no real-world use? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear your take. And if this kind of future-shaping science excites you, don't forget to subscribe, because we're just getting started.